Good morning and welcome to March 3rd, 3-3, and it is the 3:33 a.m. blood moon that happened this morning. I did get up to try to see it. It is extremely cold and there was nothing to see. So, anyway, so let it go today is the Two of Swords. Swords is about mind, avoidance, decision, and truth. It is air signs. Swords are about cutting through things like mental instability, mental clarity, all things of the mind. So the signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And the Two of Swords represents balance, as you can see there with the two swords on her forearm. So it is a Libra card. It's about balance. So letting go today, we're releasing indecision and emotional avoidance. So this is about that overthinking, that weighing everything back and forth, constantly being a Libra card. I grew up with Libras. My mom was, my brother was, my grandmother was, my stepdaughter is. So there's a whole lot of Libra energy around, and one thing is for certain, they need to see both sides of everything. So this is asking you to release the need to weigh everything as a positive or a negative, or to have all of the information before you make a choice, because you could be doing that to avoid something. So this is just asking you to take the chance today and make a decision. Stop pretending that you don't know. So that is a very interesting thing. So we were talking about knowledge, inner truth. So if somebody were to say something to you, that you have that inner guidance, that inner compass saying that you have the information on it and the knowledge, and you claim not to, you're doing a disservice to yourself today. So use that information for yourself and use that information for a strength today. Instead of that indecision and self-doubt, know that you know what you know and use that. Draw protective walls around your heart. As you can see there, once again, the double swords, the cutting of ties and parting of ways. So this is asking you to take that sword and strike down those guardrails against your heart, and let a little bit of love in, even if it's self-love. You can see in this card here, the crows are helping her, getting rid of the ties that bind her and helping her break free so she can remove that mask and see things for how they truly are, rather than what she perceives them to be or is overthinking of what they are. Let go of delaying necessary conversations. I would say go at this with pure heart and pure intention, but also keeping in mind that we are in a blood moon today, so it's full moon, a lot of emotion there, as well as we are in Mercury retrograde, so there can definitely be some misunderstandings in the background. So this is going to ask you to choose your words wisely, but once again, don't overthink it and don't come to this from a place of emotional resistance and avoidance. And choose clarity over comfort. Know that you know what you're talking about. So for Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, overthinking is not neutrality. Avoidance keeps you suspended. Decision restores movement. So those decisions will restore movement today with you and help you progress forward on your journey. So what are we letting grow today? And this is the beautiful world: completion, integration, and mastery. The world is Saturn energy and fixed signs. So this is allowing completion and integration. So as you can see here, the circle is complete. The information is coming in. Integration is key for a lot of things, whether it's doing psychedelic work, whether it's doing mental health work, where it's doing therapy. It's all about that integration and bringing that information back home. And I see it rooted sort of in that center point, that point of calmness and stillness. Once you come to a decision and an understanding that this is what happened, this is why it happened, this is how it happened, the circle is complete, and now you bring it all home with acceptance and self-love. And that's the self-mastery. Step into earn mastery. So you've earned this. You can see all of the sacred symbols around her, the flower of life, the Merkaba, other symbols. This is telling you that, you know, the mastery, the ancient energy, the ancient geometry is around you. And that self-mastery is a beautiful place to be. Recognize how far you've come on your journey. So if you're in the process of breaking those ties and letting things go, and coming into a state that you don't need to emotionally avoid things. That is a beautiful place for recognizing how far you've come on your journey. Close chapters concisely. So once again, this is asking you to realize that there is something complete. In the major arcana, this is card number 21. The Fool is the 0. So as in the journey of the major arcana, this is the completion card, and she is, I can see footloose, fancy free, on top of the world, and receiving that energy and that information from source, opening up to that integration and knowing that that cycle is complete. That to me is the Ouroboros, the serpent eating its own tail. Once again, another beautiful sign of completion. And embody confidence without apology. So this is knowing that you can step in your true power and your true light, and you don't need to apologize for knowing what you know about who you are and your path that you're on right now. So for fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, this is the combination of energy. You are ready to claim a new level of maturity and self-awareness. So be open to that energy and that power today, on the power of the full moon, to help harness some of that energy for you today. Indecisions can block your expansion. Completion requires your courage, your ability to step forward and walk and know that this is what you're doing. And when you choose this way, the world will open up to you. So that is the reading for the day, using the Healing Spirits Oracle card as a finishing point. And we will see what that has to say for us. Cold, really cold today. So I'm hoping this is the last of our cold snaps for the year. And then, with the time changing on the weekend, coming back into that state of lightness. A little bit darker in the morning, but we have the light in the evening. And I always find that for my mental health, I find it easier to have the light later in the day than earlier. This is Courage Arrives When You Step Over Fear, which is a perfect balance card to releasing the indecision and emotional avoidance, and let go of delaying necessary conversations and removing the walls from your heart. This is a lot of times knowing that it's okay to test that nervous system to a degree. A lot of times that's what anxiety and fear is. It's our inner workings trying to protect us, trying to notify us, alarm us to that there might be something wrong. And that's 100% amygdala, limbic system, and reptilian brain stepping in with flight, fight, freeze, fawn to help protect you from things that are happening. But that's not necessarily the case. Over time, trauma, anxieties, grief cycles, everything, that alarm bell gets triggered very, very easily. So it's about stretching and learning that you can press and push your boundaries a bit, and help yourself step over that fear and retrain that nervous system to know that not everything is a conflict, not everything is a threat to you. And that can come from everything from going out into public and meeting up with groups of people, going to places you're not familiar with, to trying and eating new foods again, because the limbic system is also can go into super high alert protective mode, and that's where a lot of food intolerances actually come from. It is your nervous system and limbic system trying to protect you, and it gets confused. So start out small, but let yourself know that courage arrives when you drop that fear and test your own boundaries, because it will prove to you that you can move forward and embody confidence today while removing that mask and those restraints and that blindfold that may be keeping you back. So that is it for today, and I hope you have a glorious day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.